There you go. Look what happens here. Look at what happens here. Bluetooth headphones. They are backing the trend. MP4 players, they're going down. But Bluetooth headphones, they are increasing in returns. Again, with just a few clicks and a nice animation. And by the way, for the next maybe 2 years, you can be doing this at work, and if your boss comes in, you can still say that you are working hard. Don't wait too long. Don't wait too long, because your boss will learn how to do it too. With a few clicks, you are able to do analysis of something that previously required a bunch of analysts to do the thinking. But this is good. I can do it all in Excel. But after all, you came to a conference on SharePoint, on Power BI, and on pretty much all of the things that have to do with sharing this data outside of your organization, or even within your organization. So let me show you what happens if you upload that workbook to your SharePoint server. Well, first of all, if you simply upload the workbook to your SharePoint server and you click on it, well, straight away, you can start looking at the same pivot chart. We're working on it. Get on with it. Still working on it. It makes you feel like at least there's something. Oh, there you go. I think my IT department is doing some maintenance on the servers at the moment. Of course, the IT department is inside this laptop, because everything I'm showing you is running here locally, except for Power BI. This is my local SharePoint server. So my apologies for that, but there you go. I can click on, of course, the slices and review the data, and maybe drill in and drill out. But at the same time, I can see the same Power View visualizations that I have just built for you in Excel, in SharePoint, simply by having uploaded it to a SharePoint server. Provided that that SharePoint server is running SQL Server in SharePoint integrated mode for analysis services, all of the visualizations that I have been showing you are available. And yes, you are able still to double click on those data points and play with them as much as you did earlier. This is even supported in this rather entertaining view, which you see over here, known as the Power Pivot Gallery, which includes probably one of the most useless but entertaining functions that allows you to show your spreadsheets like this. I always point out this is a great way to get young people to do work in the morning for some reason. And at this point everybody says, well, what about data refresh? Well, what about data refresh? There's a button for it over here. And you click on the Manage Data Refresh button, at which point you, provided you have the right permissions and you are authorized to do so, you will be able to configure that this should be refreshed on an hourly, weekly, or whatever other basis you are interested from the underlying data sources. But you know, this is where you enable the data refresh. This is all a lot of fun, and of course this relies on a SharePoint technology having side, so you could actually take it even further if you wanted to, and you could build a mechanism that allows you to directly connect to the data behind the scenes and not even have that Excel in front of you, and basically extract the visualization as a page. Look, at this point, I have that interactive map, no more Excel is being used. This is just a normal SharePoint page, even though the data is running inside a Power Pivot model behind the scenes. But I've left pretty much the best part of my presentation until the end, because right now I would love to show you what would happen if you don't have SharePoint on premises and you happen to have perhaps SharePoint online, or even better, if you have that new subscription which Microsoft calls Power BI. Power BI is sold as a subscription on top of Office 365 E3, E4 programs, and this is what it looks like. And here is my Barcelona contours of analysis. And of course I can click on it, and hopefully it will be a little faster than my on-premise SharePoint in responding. And I can still see my return analysis, and I don't have, unfortunately, one of those big screens to show you that, and it even works on non-Microsoft devices. This is supported on iPads, this is supported on anything that runs HTML5 because of the support for HTML5 technology behind the scenes. So you get mobility free of charge, not to mention the fact that you've got basically SharePoint without SharePoint with the simplicity of uploading a file to it. But the coolest thing about using Power BI, without a moment of doubt, is being able to query it in an incredibly innovative way. This is called Power BI Q&A. Let me show you that feature. I think you will be either amazed by it or you will be maybe frightened by it. But one way or another, this is the future and this is what users want. Because when users want to find out what categories of products you are selling, as long as they know what they are thinking about, they think in human terms. So they want to know what are the product categories. And you can see that it found that I have Barcelona contours analysis.xlsx uploaded to my server, and these are the categories of products that I'm selling. So how about I ask about, I don't know, what is total amount of audio sales? There you go. Oh, it did count of sales. What is total sales amount of audio? Oh, there you go. 151 million. Not bad. What is total sales amount maybe by category? There you go. Not only shows you the number, but it even shows it in a nice way. How about what is total sales amount by category, by country? It was faster than me building it in Power BI, wasn't it? Do you get my point? I showed you that you could build exactly this in just a few minutes in Power BI, or you can simply write what is total sales amount by category, by country in Q&A, and it knows how to do it. Which one do you think our users will want to use? And if you make it search everything, not just Barcelona contours or analysis, and at this point your user is interested in most popular vodka drinks, provided that there is a suitable spreadsheet somewhere in your Power BI, we learn that, well, there you go, maybe let's have a look, vodka drink with juice. What is a kangaroo? Have you ever heard about kangaroo? What is kangaroo recipe? There you go. That's vodka sales versus beer. How about vodka sales versus beer monthly? Surely, it's faster I can type. Vodka sales versus beer monthly. No, this is space there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ever wondering which of these technologies is going to be used by users in the future, if you are ever wondering whether there will be another programming language that your users have to learn to do interesting analytics by themselves, well, I hope I have managed to show you that the answer is that that language is simply the human language that they use. Even if Excel is the most popular analytical tool out there, even if Power BI makes it so easy to share, even if SharePoint makes it possible on premises, even if SQL and PDW and APS are the brain well hidden behind the scenes, and you can do it on devices, including the ones that until recently were perhaps so loved by the sponsors of this conference, the real answer for the future is that none of it matters. Users want to find information in your companies as easily as by typing a question. I'm so excited that Microsoft is working on this technology. And if it's so powerful in its version 1, just imagine what is to come in the next